I'm doing good. Good morning.
Man, thanks for coming on. And I know it's early for you, and I know you've been busy too, man. You got this movie Damage out, busy with it. First of all, tell us about that a little bit, man.
Damage is a story about a guy named John Brickner, played by myself, and a story where I come out of prison after killing a man.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
There you go. You know.
See, so there you go.
Yeah.
And as I'm trying to, get my life back together, get my feet back underneath me, a person comes to me that needs some medical help, and just working odd jobs and the things that I do, that's not going to cut it. So
right.
I make a decision to get into an underground, unsanctioned fighting game, with the side bets and stuff, and get involved in that to try to help this person out. And so basically it's a story about redemption with a lot of bloody, brutal fights.
I like it. Kind of like Fight Club with an attitude, kind of, right?
Yeah, and something at stake.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man. I appreciate you coming on. I've been busy with it, and of course, now you recently got to go back on Monday Night Raw. What was that like coming back on Monday nights there for the guest hosting gig?
No, that was a lot of fun. The most fun I had at that deal was just, hanging out, sitting around backstage and talking to the guys,
right.
Catching stories from the road, and I'm telling them stories from some of the movies I've been doing.
Yeah.
I got to hang out with Triple H and HBK and Big Show, and spent a lot of time with John Cena. So it was just great being back there. But and once I got out there in front of the crowd, it was great to be in front of the crowd, and I love them.
Right.
But it's just a whole different ball game out there. Just the way the temperature of that show is, it's pretty much a PG deal. And man, when I kind of get got my hands tied, so to speak, because I don't have my four-letter words, my beers, my middle fingers, and a bunch of cutters. I kind of go out there with an unloaded gun.
Right.
But, I had a lot of fun, and I got to promote Damage, and they're 2 weeks out of Wrestlemania, so they had a big show coming up. So, but I wish I could have done more. But in the scope of what it was, that's all it was. It was what it was.
What's been the hardest transition, kind of going from the in-ring Stone Cold Steve Austin to the big screen Steve Austin?
Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin was a guy that, I created. It was all a work in progress, and I knew that character in and out. I knew what he was going to do 24/7 and what kind of decisions he'd make in the ring and how he'd act to everything. And, when you go into a live arena where there's 20,000 people or 80,000, depending on the building, you're listening to that crowd, and you do stuff, and if you're not listening to the crowd, you're missing the boat. So based on what that crowd's giving you back, you keep forming your decisions while you fly.
Right.
And that's what you do when you're good. If you're not listening to the crowd, you're lost.
Right.
And, on a movie set, when you've got about anywhere between 80 and 150 people, rolling around, moving cameras, and it's extremely quiet, and that director yells action, I've got to have my lines memorized. I need to have prepared that character. I need to know his traits, his flaws, what his strong points are, what my motivation is in the scene. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Right.
And I think in anything you do, repetition is the key.
Yep.
It took me a long time to get good at pro wrestling, and I turned out okay. It's going to take me a few swings at the ball. To get where I want to be in this world, but I want to be as good in this world as I was in my other world.
Well, I think you're well on your way. Damage. They can go get it right now on DVD, right?
Yes, you can. It's available everywhere. DVDs. Jesus Christ! Sorry, guys. It's available on DVD everywhere.
There you go. Hey, real quick before I let you get out of here, give me a couple of WrestleMania predictions. I know you got a hand. You got a little look at that Bret Hart, Vince McMahon. Of course, WrestleMania, the Super Bowl of wrestling. What do you like for a couple of the matches on the card?
Well, I think I'm gonna predict Bret.
Yep.
If Vince wins, then I think they'll do another one and bring it back for Backlash. But I'm going to predict Bret.
Yep.
And as far as the Undertaker goes with Shawn Michaels a badass performer, one of my favorites. But I don't see him breaking a streak. I think the streak goes 18-0.
Right on, right on. Well, Stone Cold, it's an honor having you on, man. Continue best of luck on the big screen, and we'd love to see you back in that wrestling ring at some point, too, buddy.
I don't think it's going to happen. I love that job, but I had to get out of that line of work. But I had a lot of fun in there, and I appreciate anybody that ever watched.
Well, hey, it's an honor having you on. Continue best of luck. We'll catch up with you down the road some other time, okay?
You got it. I appreciate it.
There you